What's going on, everybody? Doc and Soth, we are finally back, and we've got some more Rocket League news for you. So, I guess your public service announcement is that fair to say? Is that that seems
Uh,
fair?
sure, man.
Um, I meant to do
Maybe
that.
maybe private service announcement. I don't.
Yes. Well, I mean it's public knowledge, so. So yeah, we're back. We're talking, obviously playing some Rocket League, and today we got a forum post from Devin talking about the follow up to the February update. So we got kind of not a ton of crazy news, but I think a lot of news that people are going to be excited to hear about, and also excited to have an update on. It really covered quite a few different things. It talked about kind of a little bit more of a pathway forward as far as post the February update. And then it also talked about some things that they're going to work on with like a mini update, which is going to come right at the beginning of March, which I think is going to be really cool. And it's going to address basically the three, I guess, main issues that we saw uh, from the last time when they did the February update post, and I should have followed that, where they listed just the top couple of things that were on the radar that were going to be fixes that they needed to do, and I think this next piece is going to be where they work that update again at the beginning of March, and they try to work through that. And if we could score, I would get a little bit more specifics, and there we go. Sloth does it for us. So, mini update. They're looking for release of March 5th. They're going to fix the three known issues of changing preset not working, division rank up and down not occurring at the end screen, and then controller vibration as well. And I need to go for this. That's what I get for reading. Sloth's there because he's got my back.
I
So I'm
always
actually
knew reading would be the death of us.
nice. And so they also talked a little bit about Season 7 placement matches, and just kind of how it breaks down. And we'll scroll some of this across the screen for you. Just kind of breaks down how they've done it. And then I think the two biggest things, and again, me needing to go for these, my bad. I think the two biggest things that we're excited to hear about, and it'll be interesting to see when they get implemented, is going to be the division rewards. They actually put out a GIF. We'll show that here as well, and basically showed the new diamond wheels, which I think is what everybody was looking for, and I think was one of the big, criticisms. I think they took care of making those wheels honestly look a lot better and look what they deserve. Sloth, I'll let you talk now and give your opinion.
Well, yeah. So we'll throw up a gif of that. Is just as Doc was saying, but they're light up wheels now. They're, I think, as the kids call it, lit. Quite literally. That's my kid's gonna hate me.
Yeah,
When he
that's
grows up.
the
But
cringy comment
they're
video.
they're literally light. They're literally light up wheels. They have just a little bit cooler vibe to them. To be honest, they kind of are a little bit more indicative of a high level wheel. I think it's pretty cool. So they basically kind of split the difference between champ and platinum, which is right where diamond should be. So it looks pretty good. I'm honestly happy about the change, because I know a lot of diamond people were upset because it's a good high level. It's something you should be able to be proud of and be able to flaunt. Even though the higher level you go, the more it's frowned upon you actually using your reward wheels, because that's just lame and you got to pretend like you don't try.
Yeah.
Everything's got to come easy or it's stupid. But I actually like that change, and I appreciate them actually talking about the placement games. They mentioned before that basically a 50% win rate in your 10 placement matches would put you right back where you were. That was something I was excited for and looking to kind of pick up some steam and do all that stuff. Well, I won 7 of my 10 placement games. Ended last season at Champ 1, Division 3. I had dropped a little bit. I probably should put out more of the videos from last season on the top 100. But I just kind of frustrated even when we would win at my growth. But ended up as Champ 1 Division 3, won 7 of my placement games, and ended up as Champ 1 Division 2. So actually, I took a nosedive despite winning 70% of my games. So that's something that they talk about in this post. As the levels go up, they kind of bottleneck you a little bit on purpose, just to say, you know what, if you are a Champ 3, if you deserve it, you'll get back there, because we don't want people to just get to the top and stay at the top and have this differential between the Champ 1s and the Champ 2s or things like that, and especially Grand Champs. As the seasons go on, that skill gap and that MMR would just get higher and higher. So they kind of wanted to keep everybody a little bit closer together. So I actually really appreciate them coming out and saying that, because it's something that I directly saw.
Yeah, I think it was good that they addressed it, because we had talked about it, and I think there's a lot of other more popular YouTubers out there that I think were saying similar things. You know, it just, you know, they read that, and it would have been good to be, I guess, maybe a little bit more forthcoming with the information when it occurred. But obviously, it's always good to get the information, you know, secondhand, and just make sure that everybody isn't crazy that did that, because you're obviously not the only one in that position. So, and it does make sense. I think their reasoning for it is completely viable. It would have been a lot different if you would have stayed like in the diamond tiers, for instance. But the fact that you know, they don't want those that the champ aspect of it to accumulate to the point where it becomes, you know, so detrimental that in, you know, 2 or 3 seasons from now, those people are just maybe at a rank that, not that they don't deserve, but it just makes it almost impossible for them to ever, you know, move up or down. So I think it's really good, and it's a good change. And that too, exactly, and that too. So, one of the last things that they did talk about in the post was the fact that the Tsunami Beam boost is actually going to be they made a mistake, just like they did, I think, with the peppermint wheels, if I'm mistaken. I think this was probably
Correct.
the first thing that came. So no longer the Cobalt Tsunami Beam, no longer going to drop. That is happening basically right now. And instead, everybody that got a Cobalt Tsunami Beam boost, because it looked too close to the original, essentially is going to get a sky blue one. So unlike the peppermint wheels where they just gave you a random color, in this instance, they're changing the one blue to the other blue, which I think is actually a really smart move. And I think people once they did the peppermint wheels were expecting some other stuff to occur, and that wasn't the case, like with Dracos and stuff like that. Not saying it won't ever happen, but it just, to me, when I read that, it just seemed a little silly, because they just had an item, almost in their last crate, if you will, that suffered from the same problem, and I'm sure it was like an algorithm type thing, but they obviously still had to code and create a Cobalt version of the boost. So I just kind of find it funny, but it's obviously good that they're fixing it, and I think a lot of people that, you know, if you had a Cobalt one, you're probably happy you're getting a sky blue one, to be really honest with you. So that was really the post, you know, kind of in a nutshell. Like I said, the big things for me, obviously I am excited, even though I don't have them. I am excited that they're making the change to the diamond wheels, and again, we'll show that up on screen at some point during the video. But they really do look good, and like Sloth was saying, I think they've done a good job to kind of bridge the gap. You know, they make that wheel stand out just enough to the fact that you know, you can be really proud of making it, and if you were grinding and you did make it to that reward level, I think you can be pretty happy with them, which is pretty cool. And then for me, to be honest, obviously the clarity with the Season 7 placements is really good. I think the thing I'm most excited for in the, you know, hopeful March 5 update of this is going to be finally seeing the division rank up and down. Hopefully they fix that and it comes back. That's like a feature that you never realize you missed it until it's actually gone. But it was nice to see as I kind of start trying to make my way back up to kind of where I was. So that's really all we had for this video, and kind of just wanted to talk through it, and just kind of give that news like we always do. So Sloth, anything else for the people out there?
Get out and start getting your rewards now. Waste your time in solo standard like I've been doing to get your low level wins, and then you can then you can get higher.
That's actually a very good a very good strategy for those of you if you're newer to Rocket League, and you're going to try to grind some of your lower bronze and silver wins. Maybe you made it up into gold or into platinum in 3s or 2s with a good team. Use solos and use solo standard to get some of those early wins out of the way. That way, you can kind of hit the ground running with your rank. I did the same thing for all the way up to my platinum rewards, which I was happy I was able to do. And now I'm essentially just kind of sitting trying to get that grind to diamond. So maybe this season, Sloth, maybe this season you'll carry me far enough.
See what we can do.
I've been Doc. That's been Sloth. Average Gamer, guys. As always, really enjoy these, and hopefully this was helpful for you guys. We'll link the forum post down below so you guys can go check it out. We're still patiently waiting for the long overdue Double Pain the Weekend, so as soon as that happens, we're going to have a ton of content because I have a ton of crates still. We have some new crates too that we'll be excited to open as well, so I guess maybe a little bit of the delay is helping because we'll have some additional content, but yeah, just stay in touch, stay in tuned. If you're new, please do make sure to subscribe and like the video if it was helpful. We really do appreciate that, and kind of want to continue to grow and do all that stuff, and we can't do it without your support. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.